Hi everybody, welcome back to Ursus Life. This is the midweek video and I'm happy to say I'm filming on Wednesday on time. So woot. Big shout out, right, to myself. I've been really looking forward to this video, okay, all week because we're going to talk about self-sabotaging thoughts, okay? Just think about that for a moment. Self-sabotaging thoughts, right? We sabotage ourselves many times on our weight loss journey. And actually, it's not just weight loss, it is related to life in general, right? Going after our dreams, new jobs, relationships, whatever. It's those lies that we replay to ourselves over and over and over on a never-ending script, telling us all the reasons why we can't do it, right? Reminding us of all the times we failed before, right? And therefore reinforcing the idea that we cannot do it. So that is something that I really worked on in 2020. And I know that it has had an effect on my ability to stay the course with this weight loss journey with Eat Like a Bear. It is something that was different than with any other weight loss effort. Because, I mean, we have seen examples of people who have succeeded on weight loss journeys, whether they were, low carb or on The Biggest Loser, they ate some of everything. There's like a million different options for us to choose to lose weight, right? So we know that Eat Like a Bear is not the only program that's been proven to work. There are millions of others. We tried many of them, right? So what made this one work? Well, of course, Eat Like a Bear ticked all the boxes for me. It was simple, easy to implement, not a lot of rigmarole because those were always my downfalls, right? But what else made it click? I had a profound change in my mindset about the same time that I started Eat Like a Bear. And it was the first time in my life that I'd become aware of self-sabotaging thoughts. Now, just think about that. We know that they're there because we think them, but we're not conscious of them, right? And we're not conscious of our ability to say, I'm not going to think those thoughts, right? I would just hear myself, tell myself, you're always going to be fat. You've tried this before. Why are you even doing this? Okay. Well, you ate that piece of candy. You might as well just trash the whole day and just go to McDonald's and, whatever. Like, it's on script. It's on autopilot. Every time that you think, I'm gonna get up and work out. Well, why? Like, you never had the results before. You've never had a six pack. Why would you? Like, it's automatically there. Like, you don't have to sit and try to think something negative. You don't have to sit and try to think of, wonder if I might fail at this new venture. No. It's on point, ready. As soon as you say, I'm going to write a novel, bam, here is 12 million reasons why you will never write a novel. And while every other novelist who was successful and wrote their novel succeeded, these are the reasons why you specifically will not do it. That is real, and that is dangerous, and that kills dreams, and it destroys your will, and it will steal your motivation, and it will steal your joy. So I want to say one thing that we can do to change our success on this weight loss journey is to stop those self-sabotaging thoughts. And I would suggest that you do what I did. Get a piece of paper and write them down, because we know that we think these things, but we need to write them down and see specifically what they are so that we can then counter them. Because when I would hear something like, you're not going to be able to do this, like, you have way too much weight to lose, it's like an impossible feat, I had to know that that was actually a thought that I was having. And then I would say, well, you know what? No, I do have the ability to do that, because I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, and believe it. And if I don't believe it, I'm going to say it and say it and say it until I believe it, and it replaces that lying thought. When I think of myself being able to wear a size 12 clothes, right? That's even something that I've revised, because at first I was like, if I can get into a 16, then 14, 12 stretched my faith and my ability to envision that image, right? But now that is my goal. Okay? That's my goal. And when the thoughts come that says, you will never get into that, you are kidding yourself. I'm like, no, yes, I will. Yes, I will. And I'll wear it this year. And I even went and bought a pair of size 12 pants. Okay? I'm not playing. So what I'm saying is, we have to recognize that we have self-sabotaging thoughts. Then we have to know what they specifically are so that we can turn them off. So that every time I am late at night and I get the idea that says, go in there and just make a sandwich and have some chips. Just do it. Everyone else does it. I bet you there are plenty of people on this program who are cheating every week and they're still getting results. Like, that is a lie trying to get me off track. That is a lie that is coming to get me to eat the sandwich and chips today, to eat cake tomorrow, start drinking sugar tea the next day. And before you know it, I'm laying on the couch and I've gained back 50 pounds. Okay, so we have to recognize those self-sabotaging thoughts, because they are what has held us back from any venture. Think about anything that you wanted to do. When I think about writing a book, because I told you guys I'm going to write a book, right? That's something I've always wanted to write, a novel, and I'm going to write one. Thoughts would come immediately. No one wants to read what you have to say. You can't even write. You don't even know how to write a story. Look, I've never even written one, right? When I was in high school, I got excellent grades in English and writing and creative writing. When I was in college, I got high marks about my creative writing ability. So I know that I have some skill. I can put some sentences together and get subject-verb agreement, right? But as soon as I thought about writing a novel, all these thoughts about why no one wants to hear what you have to say, you can't write a novel, you can't think of anything interesting, this story idea that you have has been done, like all of these things to come and tell me why I can't do it. It's a lie. Just like the lie that's told me, and even still today tries to tell me, yeah, you've lost about 50 pounds, but look, you can't really see much of a difference. You can't, 50 pounds, half 100, right? Almost, because when I hit 50, it's going to be a celebration. But I'm just saying, 20 pounds is a lot of weight. 40 pounds is a lot of weight. 50 pounds is a lot of weight. But yet these thoughts come to me to tell me it's not really made that big of a difference, and you can't really tell. Those are lies. And I recognize them. Now, before, I didn't recognize them. Before, I did not recognize them. I just listened to them. I agreed with them. And I would be like, yeah, you know what? That's just how it's going to be. Somebody else can start going after their dreams after 40, but not me. I'm just stuck here doing this. No, those are lies. Lies, I tell you. But if I don't replace those lies with the truth, you can't just say, I'm not going to think those thoughts, because we're always thinking something. We are always thinking something. Okay? So if we don't replace those lies with the truth and think them on purpose, intentionally, we're eventually going to go back and we're going to start believing those lies, because it's an automatic process. Or we're going to think something. So what I would say today, my challenge to you today, is to do what I did. Understand There are self-sabotaging thoughts that we tell ourselves that is on an automatic track playing in our heads that stops us from doing something. Even when we have some degree of success, we will sabotage it. How many times have we done that? Think about every time you started a weight loss journey and you had some success and you lost 20 pounds and were so excited. And then 3 weeks later, you're not even doing the plan anymore. 3 weeks later, a diet and exercise is not even on your mind. Why? Because your self-sabotaging thoughts talked you out of it and got you going back to doing what you were doing before to gain weight and be unhappy. Okay? So we have to be diligent about what we think. Recognize those self-sabotaging thoughts. Choose new thoughts to think. And then think them. And say them out loud. That is part of the thinking process. You don't know how many times I have been sitting at my desk and the thought, almost like pressure, comes on me that says, go in there and get some of those potato chips. Just go get them. Get the chips. And it's almost like I'm hearing an audible voice. Get the chips. And so I'm sitting there and I'll be thinking, I'm not going to get those chips. No. But until out loud, I'll stop and I'll say, no, you're not getting chips. And sometimes I'll get a mirror and look at myself and say, you are not eating chips. You're not the kind of person that eats and snacks on potato chips. You're not the kind of person who skips workouts and watches 47 episodes on Netflix. No. That is who you were. That's not who you are. So do that for yourself, okay? Stop sabotaging yourself. And it will get stronger and stronger as you get more and more success. I feel the pressure more and more as I get more closer to my goals. Okay? That's the reason why it's taking so long. I've been gaining and losing these last 3 or 4 pounds over and over and over for a month. And then I had to recognize you're letting those self-sabotaging thoughts stop you. You're letting these self-sabotaging thoughts stop you. And it comes from fear. And I don't fear reaching my goal. I don't fear success. And I won't stop myself from success. So until Saturday, when I weigh in, you guys stay the course. I'm going to stay the course and be more and more aware of self-sabotaging thoughts because it's a never-ending process, but that's a good thing because the more we control what we think, the more we control what we experience in life and what we're able to attain. So, scrape off those bad thoughts, replace them with the new good thoughts, and say them to yourself every day. Until next time, Ursus Life